We as adults can't go 5 minutes without our phones. So how do we expect our kids to? Welcome back to Under Oath. California governor, like a lot of other governors, are pulling cell phones out of schools. They're saying,
Governor Mussolini? Yeah?
Stop it.
How about that?
Stop it. So what happens is you have to check your phone when you get in there. There's obviously going to be, let's say there are 3,000 kids at this school. There's a room now that's going to hold all 3,000 cell phones. Now, if you've ever gone to a concert and you've had to check your phone, they stick it in a bag, and you got to wait in this long line, and it takes 20 to 30 minutes to stick these phones in, and it's going to take 20 to 30 minutes to get the phone back, and then somebody's going to have to monitor the room.
So here's my prediction.
So 4 or 5 employees.
Single one of your core classes, reading, math, science, chemistry, all of those classes are going to be cut down by, 5-10 minutes each, so that everybody can stand in these stupid lines and turn in their phones. So they're going to act. This is such a California thing to do. Let's have
other states doing
Let's have less time in the classroom instructing them on what we're supposed to be instructing them. Instead, have them stand in lines to put their phones in, which, by the way, are going to get stolen all the time.
And then the school's going to have to pay
look for
them.
big hits on the room that holds all the cell phones. Are you kidding me? You're a kid in school. Actually, who steals phones? Kids do, right? Like, there's not a lot of adults running around stealing phones. Kids steal them.
How many employees are you going to have to put into that group to monitor?
Well, yeah.
all the phones?
No. See, what you do, Jeff, is you just fire some teachers and make the classes bigger, and then you can use that money you're saving to put a hall monitor in near the phone booth.
So how do I stop these kids from staring at their phones through the whole class?
All right. Pay teachers more.
Okay, there
Make
you go.
it a valuable job to have. Get people who you trust. Oh, our producer just held up a very intelligent solution. They have phone jammers now. You could probably have phone jammers at all the entrances of the school, and the kids wouldn't be able to use their phones. So it wouldn't matter really if they had them or not.
You could do a locker thing in the classroom where everyone has their own locker. But then you have
time.
200 lockers.
You're taking away time from education.
Now, here's where people don't get it. If you allow them laptops or iPads, it's the same thing. My son has called me 8 times on his iPad right now. Because that's the whole thing. We want them to pay attention. Maybe there's an answer. Maybe the answer is this. Listen, if your kid doesn't want to pay attention, if he can't put his phone away, then he shouldn't be there. I mean, that sounds like a mean thing.
But how do you navigate the I want my kid to have a phone in case of an emergency versus I don't want all of the other kids, including mine, distracted because somebody's looking at TikTok videos during algebra?
When you think about it, this is the reality of the situation. We as adults can't go 5 minutes without our phones. So how do we expect our kids to? We're addicted just like kids are. In our office, I bought it was genius, and it just let me know I can't solve this problem.
It didn't work.
I bought a box, little wooden boxes from Michael's. They were like $6 a piece. I bought 22 of them. I told people, I said, listen, stick it on your desk. It doesn't have a lock on it. Put your phone in the box. They're like, what? Just stick it in the box. There's no lock. Just stick your phone in there. And you can check on it every hour or two. If it rings, pick it up, of course. They couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. They couldn't put it in just a closed little box.
Jeff, we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it.
Well, when you say we, I don't know who you're talking about we.
I mean, you and I.
Well, I think more you than I.
Well,
I'm not.
So that's an even better point. We're asking our kids to do something we can't do.
That's the point. So what's the answer? Oh, these kids. Trust me, Newsom has this thing, looking at his popularity vote, 24,
Yeah, he doesn't
every
care
60
about the
seconds,
consequence.
He's responding to his Instagram page.
He doesn't care about
and
the
he's the governor.
consequences.
You're supposed to be doing other things other than worrying about your TikTok.
He just wants it to appear like he's addressing the problem. He's making it worse. The school system in California those kids aren't reading on grade level at any grade level.
It's a lot of states.
None, and nowhere in the entire
California. It's
sixth
not
grade
only
to 12th
California,
grade.
though. Stop.
None of those classes are reading at the grade level.
We're not the best.
Oh, it's the United States for sure, but California is the worst.
Really, I don't know. I guarantee Illinois ain't great. I guarantee New York is.
No, I'm talking about Department of Education statistics, which, by the way, should be eliminated. I support that. Did you know that we didn't have a Department of Education until 1976?
Well,
somehow we got to the moon without having a Department of Education.
Are you saying that? Well, if we did,
we got from that's a different story. Assuming we got to the moon, we did it without the Department of Education.
Can't go back now, but we went a long time ago.
If we went a long time ago before there was Department of Education.
Let me just, I'm just here. You know the reason why wackos are out there? Because it's logical. Just logical. For example, this cell phone right here, the computing process of this cell phone would take a room full of computers to handle back in the 1960s where they went into space.
So are you making the argument that the moon landing was a hoax?
I'm saying if I had to do it from a logical standpoint and say, did we have the technology to do that based on the technology we have today? And if we can't go back today without a problem. Now, here's the excuse they make. And this is the excuse they give us. Well, we lost a lot of that technology. Nobody wrote it down. What the hell are you talking about?
That's
one of the arguments.
That's pathetic.
That's what they say. Or the videos.
Pathetic.
Or the videos. You know something? We didn't make copies.
No, we didn't lose it. That's it's impossible.
I live on the Space Coast. I believe it. I want to believe it.
There are people
who
are alive today who participate in the program who are saying those things. Yeah, we got there, but we can't get back because the technology was lost. And nobody, you see these reporters, none of the reporters even think of asking them a follow-up question.
Was there a notebook?
What do you mean they were lost?
Who took it?
Weren't they written down?
No, we had some duct tape and Bob fixed it.
And wasn't it the result of applying theory upon theory upon theory?
Yeah.
Why can't you replicate the theories and then come to the same conclusion?
How many movies have we seen where they get all the people and they're writing all the formulas on the boards and everything else like that, and they're geniuses and everything else? Anybody want to write this down on a piece of paper and not just on the notebook, on the chalkboard? I mean,
so NASA has a giant chalkboard,
and then the janitor comes in and erases it at night. I guess
we can't get back to the moon. We can't get back to the moon now. Who let that janitor in?
We just are dumb. We allow these dumb things and over. And I'm not saying we didn't go to the moon, so please don't come to me and say, we're flashing the thing off the moon and we're flashing it back.
You're kind of saying
No, I'm not.
You just don't want to say it emphatically because people will fight with you.
I'm not saying it.
All right.
I'm not saying it. There's just some weird things. And it's the hard thing about a conspiracy is this. Every time somebody tells you you're a wacko and 2 years later they go, it happened. I mean, for example...
let me give you the argument for the anti...
Well, hold on, watch this. The Diddy warnings over the last 10 years, people go, that Diddy's a little weird. No, he's just creative.
Well, let me give you the counter argument to the
space
moon
thing or the
landing
phones?
hoax. Yeah.
All right.
The counter argument is...
we're doing this.
The counter argument is the amount of people
that have to be on it.
That would have to be in on it. Including our enemies, like China and Russia. They have to know whether or not we went to the moon. Why wouldn't they say, hey, it's a big hoax. The Americans are lying to you. Here's pictures. Why aren't they doing it?
Hold on. You know why?
And the thousands of people in NASA who have to be in on it.
Well, I'm talking.
You got an answer
forget
for
our
this?
enemies. I'm going to tell our enemies.
You're going to defeat this theory.
I'm going to defeat that theory.
All right, I want to hear this.
I'm going to take the enemies out of the equation right now, and it's going to be real quick. I'm going to cut the Russians have and the Chinese have to be on it. I got 2 words that knock that out. Star Wars. We bankrupted Russia by telling them we're putting all this stuff into space. And they put all this money out there to try to create laser weapons in space that it bankrupted. So we scammed them.
So they don't have the technology to even develop the telescopes that would be able to look at the surface of the moon?
To be able to see that far and to know? We lose sound. We lose everything.
Did we leave anything on the moon?
Yes. Supposedly there's reflectors.
Can we? Well, what about that big car I see on the moon?
We could have shot it there.
What did we do?
Well, could we have just fired a rocket?
What did we do with that? Where is it? Where's that car? I want to get on a telescope,
the Spider-Mobile,
and I want to see that car there.
I don't think you can.
I don't think you can either. And is that because the telescope is too bad, or that there's no car there?
Hold on. You know what I want to see? Remember the Hubble, that big telescope that we could see another universe in? Why don't they just use it to show us crap on the moon? We could see a whole nother universe with this thing. We can show the beginning.
We couldn't do a flyby around the moon.
We can't just have it like hey, do me a favor. Could you just move the joystick over to the left a little bit and show us the thing on the moon?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what thing? NASA,
how do we get on
I can
this?
solve their problems right now. Here's the way to solve the answer. This is the answer. We have a new telescope up there. Got up there about 2-3 years ago. You see the pictures? It's beautiful. It shows everything. Like as Trump would say, it's magnificent. It's beautiful. It's big. It's big. We love it. Okay. Angle this mofo at the moon, which is, we could agree, a couple million miles closer than the photos they're taking. Show me the moon buggy. And then you could shut up all the loons.
Well, no, the scientists would say, well, no, it's too close.
It's too close.
It's too close.
It's
you know
too
how
close?
like if you get
too high,
if you're trying to read something and they put the book, it's too close.
They're going to kill us. We just figured this out. If we ask them to turn the thing, they're going to kill us.
Turn what thing?
If we tell them we came up with the answer, the government could solve all this conspiracy theory in basically a joystick.
Just turn.
That's all they have to do. Just angle.
No one at NASA has thought about this. It's you and I.
We're not claiming that people didn't land on the moon, but I'm saying if you want to prove it real quick, just that's all you got to do.